Have you ever watched someone run a marathon and thought, I could never do that? Or seen someone learn a new language in a year and thought, my brain just doesn't work that way? Here's the truth. Their brain isn't different from yours. It's just trained differently. Doing hard things isn't a personality trait. It's not something you're born with. It's a skill. And just like any skill, lifting weights, playing piano, coding, it can be trained. In the next 9 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how to rewire your brain to handle difficulty, discomfort, and challenge without burning out, without quitting, and without needing motivation to show up every day. Let's get into it. First, you need to understand why your brain resists difficulty in the first place. It's not weakness, it's biology. Your brain runs on a survival algorithm that's thousands of years old. Back then, conserving energy meant staying alive. Hunting was dangerous. Wasting effort could get you killed. So your brain evolved to default to the path of least resistance: rest, comfort, safety. That same wiring is still running today. Except now, instead of protecting you from lions, it's protecting you from a hard conversation, a difficult workout, a tough exam, a new skill that makes you feel like a beginner again. Your brain sees discomfort and effort as a threat, even when the threat is just growth in disguise. So the goal isn't to eliminate that resistance. You can't. The goal is to build a system that lets you move forward despite it.
Step 1. Redefine what hard means. The first shift happens before you even start, and it's mental. Most people treat difficulty as a signal to stop. This is hard, something's wrong, I should quit. But high performers treat difficulty as a signal that they're exactly where they need to be. Think about it this way. If a workout doesn't feel hard, your muscles aren't growing. If a math problem doesn't challenge you, you're not learning anything new. If a conversation doesn't feel a little uncomfortable, you're probably not being honest. Hard is not the enemy. Hard is the evidence that you're developing. Try this. The next time you feel resistance creeping in, that voice saying this is too much, pause and reframe it. Say to yourself, this feeling means I'm growing. Not as a cute affirmation, but as a literal, physiological fact. Every time you push through discomfort, your brain builds new neural connections. That's not a metaphor, that's neuroscience. Step 2. Train in small, repeated doses. Here's where most people go wrong. They try to build mental toughness by taking on something massive, an extreme challenge, a 5 a.m. wake-up call after years of sleeping in, a 90-day all-or-nothing transformation. And it usually fails. Not because they're weak, but because they skipped the training phase. Your brain builds resilience the same way your body builds muscle, through progressive overload, small, manageable doses of difficulty, repeated consistently, that slowly increase over time. So instead of trying to run a marathon on day 1, you build the habit of doing one uncomfortable thing every single day. It could be tiny, a cold shower for 30 seconds, a workout you don't feel like doing, a hard conversation you've been avoiding. 5 extra minutes of focused work when your brain is begging you to check your phone. The size of the task matters far less than the repetition. Every time you choose to do the hard thing instead of the easy thing, you're casting a vote for the version of you that follows through. And your brain keeps score. Over weeks and months, this compounds. What used to feel impossible starts to feel normal. Your baseline for difficulty shifts. Step 3. Separate discomfort from danger. One of the biggest brain training breakthroughs is learning to tell the difference between discomfort and actual danger. Your nervous system often can't tell them apart. Public speaking triggers the same fight or flight response as an actual physical threat, even though nobody's going to hurt you on that stage. A hard workout spikes your heart rate the same way fear does. So your brain sends you a warning signal: sweaty palms, racing heart, that urge to run, and you interpret it as something's wrong, I need to stop. But most of the time, nothing is actually wrong. You're just uncomfortable. The skill to build here is simple but powerful. When you feel that spike, pause and ask yourself one question. Am I actually in danger, or am I just uncomfortable? 9 times out of 10, it's discomfort, and discomfort is survivable. Once you internalize that distinction, that racing heart stops being a stop sign. It becomes information, a sign you're about to grow. Step 4. Build identity, not just habits. Willpower runs out. It's a limited resource, and relying on it every single day is a losing strategy. What doesn't run out is identity. There's a difference between saying, I'm trying to work out more, and saying, I'm someone who trains no matter what. The first is a goal you might abandon. The second is who you are, and people protect who they are, so people protect who they are. So as you train your brain to handle hard things, start narrating your identity out loud. After you do the hard thing, even a small one, say to yourself, that's who I am. I'm someone who follows through. This isn't about ego. It's about giving your brain a consistent story to defend. Once your brain believes I'm someone who does hard things, it starts looking for evidence to prove that story true, and it will fight to keep that identity intact, even when motivation disappears.
Step 5. Recover like you mean it. Here's the part people skip. Training your brain to handle hard things also means training it to rest without guilt. Just like muscles need recovery to grow stronger, your brain needs real downtime to consolidate the gains from pushing through difficulty. If you're grinding nonstop with no recovery, you're not building resilience, you're heading toward burnout. So build in deliberate recovery. Sleep enough, take a walk with no phone, sit with boredom instead of numbing it. Recovery isn't the opposite of discipline, it's part of it. The people who can consistently do hard things aren't running on willpower fumes. They're running a sustainable cycle. Push, recover, push again. So let's bring it all together. Your brain isn't wired to seek out difficulty, but it can be trained to handle it. Redefine what hard means. Train in small, repeated doses. Learn to separate discomfort from danger. Build an identity around following through. And recover on purpose, not by accident. None of this requires motivation. It just requires repetition. Pick one hard thing today, not a massive one, just one. Do it anyway. That's how the training starts.